So if you've looked at my channel and all my social media, you'll see about the 4-day work week to freedom. And if you look at that, chances are, I'll just be honest. You said, yeah, that's a scam. That's not going to happen. You have no idea how it is for me. I barely have time to breathe. And when I come home, the demands that face me at home, things don't get better. They don't get easier. I fall in bed exhausted. And I wake up not having a good night's sleep. I'm always on my phone. I'm always on email. I'm only got so much to give. And I'm being stretched in plenty of directions. You don't know the pressure that I have. Well, I think I do. Because I've been there. I've walked in those same shoes, most likely that you have. I know the pressure of being an entrepreneur. I know the pressure of being a business owner. I know the pressure of being in the C-suite in a company. I know those pressures. The accountability and the responsibilities that you have are crushing. They're overwhelming. But I also know that 4-day work week is achievable because I've done it. I've even done it less than that. I actually, and this was not when I was an owner, I actually was able to condense my work week down to 3.5 days. Now, did I still work the other days? Yes, but I was able to do extra projects, extra things that help my business, help my income. And then when I came home, I had a chance to be a dad. I had a chance to be a husband. The secret is not that much of a secret, but I'd like to share it with you. And many times you'll watch a video and you go, yeah, you never get around to telling me until I give you the money and the credit card. Let me tell you right now, one of those tips. If you had 7 to 10 hours more a week, what would you do with it? That's a lot of time. Would you be in better health? Would you spend more time with your family? Would you improve your mind? Maybe it would be a combination of a lot of those things. So here's one way of doing that today, free of charge. Look at the amount of time that you spend sleeping, okay? And I'm not saying set your clock an hour early tomorrow, okay, and then you get the 7 hours per week. But maybe you could give up 15 minutes of sleep. Could you set your alarm? 10 minutes of sleep. Could you set your alarm for tomorrow for 10 minutes shorter or earlier? Could you do that? Do you think that by adjusting your alarm by 10 minutes that you would be dragging for the rest of the day, that it would just physically overwhelm you? It won't. I know that. You know that. 10 minutes. I want you to try it. And matter of fact, I'd love to hear how it went for you. Do you have the discipline and the encouragement to cut your sleep by 10 minutes? And if you can do that on your sleep, then maybe the next night you're able to do it for an extra 5 minutes and make it 15 minutes. Maybe instead of your social media time, and you know your phone can track that, right? Maybe social media that you look and go, gee, I spent an hour a day. Can you reduce some of that? How about your television time or whatever it might be? Can you reduce that? Can you reduce the amount of emails that you handle through technology? Are there ways? Yes, there are. Are there ways to not have the same number of meetings? Yes. And have more information? Yes. All those things exist. But for the moment, try the sleep hack. Tonight, 10 minutes. Set your alarm 10 minutes earlier than what you normally get up for. I guarantee that if you're able to do that, you're going to feel more empowered. Why? Well, one reason is because you're doing it for a reason. You have a goal in mind. And then reward yourself for those 10 minutes. Maybe it's having the cup of coffee at the table looking out the window that you don't normally do. Maybe you're going to be able to have a better conversation, even if it's only for 10 minutes with your spouse or with your kids. We need to reward ourselves for things that we do. That's human nature. That's human psychology. I want you to try it. Let me know how it goes. And if you want to dive deeper, if you really want to be serious about how do you go from 60 hours plus, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, bringing work home, isolating your spouse, isolating your kids, if you really want to have a serious conversation about that, I'm the guy, because I've been there. I've done it, and I've overcome it. I've made the mistakes. Can we connect? Again, don't worry about payments and credit cards and contract. Don't worry about any of that type of stuff. Can we just have a conversation, one person to another, and just DM me and we'll talk and see what happens from there. But I can tell you today that this is achievable, and the freedom that it will give you by reducing the amount of time that you have committed to be able to spend it on other things like your wife, your husband, your child, your children, your health, your spirituality, your serving others, all of those things. The return on that investment is incalculable. Reach out to me.